now tuned into the greatest.
The Run with Manny Wilson podcast.
The Run, the Manny Wilson podcast.
The best sports podcast there is.
Yes, sir. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to The Run with me, Manny Wilson, all the way from Detroit to Chicago to your speakers and headphones. I appreciate you tuning in to the first interactive sports podcast, community that makes sure your voice is heard. So if you hear something you agree with, you disagree with, you like, you dislike, go ahead, shoot me a call, 219-413-9405. And of course, we will play your take back on our next episode. Now look, I'm kind of on one today, so either you're going to hate me or you gonna love it. One or the other, but we got a lot of topics to cover today. NBA playoffs is happening tonight. The play-in game is starting tonight, and I'm so excited for all of these different games that's happening. Get to sit down and watch some playoff basketball. Other things that's been on my mind as well is the K-Dot versus J. Cole dissing, and the Drake dropped the diss record that broke the whole internet. It was crazy. Going to a Cubs game this week, so there's a lot of different stuff that's happening, and I'm excited for it. But let me tone down, come back to the topic of discussion and the things we're gonna be focusing on for the sake of this episode. So first things first, bro. Before we get too far in the playoffs of who's gonna beat who's gonna do what, who's gonna go on this type of run, it has to be known right away, bro. We gotta solidify who's our picks for the postseason to go to the finals and actually win this thing, because when I predict this correct, I want to be able to say I told you so. Right? I need to be able to go back and have this proof laid down to say, hey, I told you the Denver Nuggets was going to the NBA Finals, and I told you the Boston Celtics was going to the NBA Finals, because that's what's going to happen. The Denver Nuggets is going back to the finals, bro, based on the fact that they have an advantage over any and everybody in the Western Conference. Nobody is messing with them. Nobody is more consistent than the Denver Nuggets right now as a unit. And Denver Nuggets, they're still the most complete team in basketball right now, especially when you're only looking at the Western Conference. They got hella bench support. They got a great coaching. They have the ability to score, the ability to defend, great amount of experience. All of these factors are adding up in their favor. And then most importantly, these guys are consistent at what they do in terms of defending the ball and scoring the ball and shooting the ball and sharing the ball. They're consistent in everything that they do in every area of play. Also, Mike Malone, the head coach, this dude is great at making in-game adjustments. I love watching the Denver Nuggets play. Sometimes it's boring. I'm not going to cap. Sometimes it is boring because they play basic basketball. They play fundamental basketball as well. They make the correct passes. They don't do flashy stuff. They just win ball games. They take good shots. It's good basketball to watch. If you want to look at some good basketball games going on, watch the Denver Nuggets. But head coach Mike Malone makes a lot of great in-game adjustments, and this is going to help them out this postseason and in the playoffs, because he's going to outcoach a lot of these other teams in the Western Conference because they don't know what they're doing. So I got to go with the Denver Nuggets. And other teams in the West, obviously, they're worth a conversation, I guess. But the only team I could see really matching up with the Denver Nuggets is the Los Angeles Clippers. And that's strictly based on paper and what they can do on paper, because, bro, this team is just not fair. Looking at the Clippers, that team is not fair. Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, James Harden, Russell Westbrook coming off the bench. Are you kidding me? That Clippers team is just not fair, but they have so many inconsistencies within their game that I notice time after time. And then every time the playoffs happen, we know what happens, bro. They prove to me once again that that's just the wrong side of LA and that they cannot continue to move forward. So, they got to show me before I really believe in them. And as I said last episode, I still don't think they can beat the Dallas Mavericks in 7 games. I got the Dallas Mavericks beating them. So we got to see what happens with that. But they're probably the best team to actually match up with the Denver Nuggets on paper. And hopefully it translates to the court. So I don't know. We'll see. And then Oklahoma City Thunder. Those guys are sitting number 1 right now. And, you know, it's time to snap back into reality. Let's get back to the basics. These boys ain't got no experience in the playoffs. They're bound to get beat in the first round if they play the Lakers or if they play the Warriors. Let's just call it for what it is, bro. These guys, they not cut like that. They not going to the finals first year, second year players. It's just not happening. It ain't happened since Magic Johnson. So, you know, I don't think that's going to happen. But, you know, there's another conference out here that's shaking up the league, bro. The Eastern Conference. That team over there that's going to the NBA Finals is the Boston Celtics. Those boys going back, and they might take care of business. I don't know. We gotta get a little bit closer. I got to see how they've been playing this postseason. But the Celtics, they're going to the finals because it's just so obvious. They are clearly the most talented team in the East by far. Nobody in the Eastern Conference is on their level. And the team we thought was going to be on their level in the Milwaukee Bucks have struggled all year long with consistency issues. They got all kind of problems going over there. Things happening in the locker room that's causing them to play bad. They can't figure out the offensive end. They got terrible coaching in Doc Rivers. They can barely play defense. Like, they've been struggling as an entire unit, and I'm not worried about the Milwaukee Bucks if they happen to play the Boston Celtics at any point in the playoffs, because Celtics, diverse team. They got multiple styles they can play. They're the second best defensive team in the Eastern Conference, and they're the first best offensive team in the NBA. So I have no worries about anybody in the East really beefing with the Celtics and causing them to get the boot out the playoffs. I don't see that happening. I would say personally, expect the Celtics to have a couple of bad games. Expect the Celtics to come out flat, play bad a little bit, because this is what they do, and this is what they've done over the past few years. But when push comes to shove and it's time for them to really buckle down, we see the Celtics rise to the occasion every single time. So, you know, I got the Denver Nuggets and the Boston Celtics. They're going to be battling it out against each other in the NBA Finals this year. I'm excited to see what happens in terms of the play-in and stuff. I got some news on that. So, you know, the Lakers, Warriors, Kings, Pelicans, they're all going to be playing tonight. Win or go home situations. So it'll be interesting. But look, before we cut to a break, really quick, before we cut to a break and all of that stuff, I got to fill you in on some side notes, man. So, oh, man, they did my guy dirty. They did my guy dirty. Anybody who knows me knows that, you know, between Kobe and Allen Iverson, those two guys were always my favorite basketball players. When you talk about anybody in the NBA, those two were guys I wanted to play like. When I was playing basketball, if it wasn't Allen Iverson, then it was Kobe. If it wasn't Kobe, then I was trying to be like Allen Iverson in terms of the way I was playing basketball when I was growing up. But the 76ers, they honored Allen Iverson, the 76ers organization, and they revealed his statue this past weekend. Now, the statue is a freaking joke, man. It's a freaking joke. I'm trying hard to watch my language as I express myself, because, you know, I've been trying to do better at that. But I can't believe they did a legend like this. They did Allen Iverson like this, gave him a statue. I kid you not, this statue looks like Calvin Cambridge from Like Mike. It's a damn shame how they did this, man. This is Allen Iverson, one of the greatest 76ers to ever play the game. And they gave him a statue that looks like Calvin Cambridge. And apparently, now the 76ers, they've been trying to, what they do with their statues is they make it like life size or whatever, however they described it when they released Allen Iverson's. They try and make all the height and the model of the statues like physical size, like size. That way it's somewhat realistic. I don't know. It's their little weird trademark that they've been doing for some time. They did it with Charles Barkley. They did it with Dr. J. They did it with everybody else who has a statue. It's like life size. And there's I think, don't quote me on this, but I think it's Maurice Cheeks as well. He has a small statue and his looks kind of funny because it's so small. But bro, this Allen Iverson one, it looks like a joke, man. It looks like a bobblehead figure. It looks like, I'm just trying to give you an idea, but bro, it looks terrible, bro. And I was just saddened because when they released the video, everybody was hyped. They're like, oh, Allen Iverson statue, cool, whoa. And I'm like, all right. So ain't nobody gonna really speak their mind on how silly this shit look, huh? Y'all not gonna speak your mind and say, this looks ridiculous. I'm like, come on, man, to hell with that. They did my boy. That's not even Allen Iverson in that statue. That's Calvin Cambridge for the Los Angeles Knights. That's who that is. The Los Angeles Knights, Calvin Cambridge. He got a statue in Philadelphia. And you know what? I'm glad at least one of these legends could be honored in this past weekend, because if it's not Allen Iverson, I'll take Calvin Cambridge, bro. He led the Knights to the playoffs. At least he helped one organization get to the playoffs, and he had an incredible run through that entire season that he was playing in like Mike. So, Calvin Cambridge, salute to you getting the statue in Philadelphia. I know you're honored. Bow Wow, I'm sure you're honored for playing such a great character. So, hey, at least it didn't go to waste. At least when I go to a Philadelphia 76ers game, I can show my kid and say, that's a legend right there. That is Calvin Cambridge of the Los Angeles Knights. This is crazy. It's crazy. Anyway, all right. Oh man, I told you. You either gonna hate me today or you gonna love me. Look, man, we got one more side note here. The MVP has been in the conversation. That's been a big topic of what's been going on lately, and it's a lot of talk of who should be the MVP in the NBA. And I gotta go with the guy who's on my team as the dark horse right now. The MVP of the NBA belongs to Luka Doncic, or I think I said that backwards. The NBA's MVP is Luka Doncic, bro. He's indubitably the most exciting player right now in the NBA, bro. And I know you got a lot of guys who creating some highlight plays, who are fun to watch, but those guys just not doing what Luka Doncic is doing right now, bro. He's leading the league in points. He's averaging 33 points, 9 rebounds, and 9 assists. Come on, man. This is his second time in like 3 seasons where he's been doing this. And then also you gotta consider the fact that he's second in 3-pointers made right now. Like, bro, this man has been killing it. And I don't know what else Luka Doncic has to do in order to prove that he needs to receive this MVP award, because the consistency that he's been doing this with year after year, time after time, like it's insane, bro. It is insane. I know Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is a great player. I know he has some highlight plays, and he's been putting up numbers. I think he's averaging 30 this year. He's got his team sitting first seed. All of that stuff is cool. But, bro, no, he's still not doing what Luka Doncic is doing, bro. 33 points, 9 assists, 9 rebounds, and your team has still been winning. You're not hogging the ball. You're making it look effortless. And truthfully speaking, Luka has been doing this since like his second year in the league. It's crazy. So I don't know what more Luka Doncic has to do to win this MVP award. It's absolutely insane that, it's not going to him, because Luka Doncic is indubitably the best player to win this MVP award right now, man. It's insane. But anyway, look, man, we got a voicemail call. Somebody called in. He had to chop it up with me. He had to get something off his chest real quick. It was regarding Caitlin Clark, and I'm gonna play the video that I posted in just a second. Here's the audio of the caller when he shot us a call. Here it is right here. Let's do it.
Honestly, Caitlin Clark, the GOAT. That thing on Bronny is definitely real. I'm Brandon Love.
B Love, what's going on, man? Anyway, look, bro. So, look, the video, let me pull it up, actually, because like I said, I'm going to play it. But the video is hilarious because I used AI as I was going to post this, and I reposted the video. It was AI of Caitlin Clark talking crazy after she lost. Or after she won and beat UConn in the Final Four. It was one of those games, but I posted the video, and here it is. But she was talking crazy in the AI video. So it's a fake video. Don't go using this audio and talking about, oh, you hear what Caitlin Clark said? Because no, it's fake. I said it in the post. I'll say it again. It's fake. But this is the video he was talking about when he said all that stuff about Bronny is true. Here it is right here. Let's do it.
Yeah, Paige Beckers, Angel Reese. None of these little girls can mess with me or the refs. They thought they had us, but I was pulling that thing from damn near 40. And LeBron, if you're listening, I know you need help because Bronny's not going to cut it. If he's declaring for the NBA draft, why can't I? The only thing holding me back is Draymond Green. He's too out of control, and I'm worried he might beat my ass like he did to Jordan Poole. But But in all seriousness, stop comparing me to Paige Beckers and Angel Reese because they aren't on my level. It's just Big Me.
She said so. I was trying to hide it out because I couldn't let the whole Kendrick verse play, but that's how it ended. Anyway, check it out on social media if you want to watch it at the Run Podcast. But she finished that verse and said, "It's just Big Me." Forget Paige Beckers, forget Angel Reese. It's just Big Me. All right, look, we're gonna take a quick break, play a couple of ads, and we got some more stuff coming up. Man, hey, it's a feel good Monday, bro. It was crazy. Before I go to this break, I had a crazy ass Monday, bro. I went into work today. I was off work, but my routine, this is kind of a good thing because it tells me like, hey, I'm in a solid routine. I get stuff done. This is what I was thinking about as I went into work on my off day, bro. I'm at home. I wake up early every morning. I got up at 4. I was a little late, so it was like 4:15-ish. I'm editing all of this stuff, and then I pack up, go to work. I go to work, chop it over with my guy. We there. One of my other guys texted me like, I'm about to come in. He thought I was working today too. He like, I'm about to come in. I'm running, a little behind, whatever. I said I was gonna be there at this time. Man, I'm looking at the schedule. I'm like, all right, wait, somebody ain't supposed to be here. Bro, I look at my guy sitting there. I don't want to throw names out here. This is why I'm saying my guy. They probably wouldn't care, but I just, I don't want to do it. I look at the dude I'm working with and I'm like, hey, I'm not supposed to be here. So crazy enough, I went into work on my off day and it ended up being beneficial. It was whatever, because, that tells me I'm still in a solid routine. So I'm happy about it. But anyway, now those ads are about to play. It's halftime. We'll be right back. All right, let's get into it, man. News for the Run. The NBA playoffs are set, and in the Eastern Conference, the Cleveland Cavaliers will take on the Orlando Magic. And you have another matchup happening in the Eastern Conference that is already set between the Milwaukee Bucks and the Indiana Pacers in the first round. You can watch some play-in games that's happening tonight. The Philadelphia 76ers will take on the Miami Heat. The Chicago Bulls are going to be playing the Atlanta Hawks as well. Now, these games are play-in games, so this is going to decide the final seedings of who will play the Boston Celtics at number 1 and who will also play the New York Knicks at number 2. Now, moving over to the Western Conference, the Los Angeles Clippers will officially take on the Dallas Mavericks in the first round. Then you got the Phoenix Suns playing the Minnesota Timberwolves. And for the play-in games, these are going to be happening tomorrow in the Western Conference. You see the Los Angeles Lakers. They'll be playing the New Orleans Pelicans as the Golden State Warriors take on the Sacramento Kings. And the winner of those games will either play the Oklahoma City Thunder at number 1 or the Denver Nuggets at number 2 in the Western Conference. Now, all right, and then the MLB, you got the New York Yankees. They cooled off the red-hot Cleveland Guardians after beating them 2-1 in their most recent series. And despite the injuries, the Houston Astros, they're still staying afloat as they closed out a series over the Texas Rangers 2-1. And next up, the Astros, they'll take on the Atlanta Braves, who are currently on a 5-game win streak. Now, the Boston Red Sox, they've bounced back from a clean sweep. They defeated the Los Angeles Angels in a best-of-3 seasons, or 3 series. And in the 4-game series against the Philadelphia Phillies, the Pittsburgh Pirates, they looked fairly well as they split this series, and they won the last matchup to even the series 2-2. Now, the Oakland Athletics, they've won 6 of their last 8 matchups, and they'll look to keep the ball rolling as they take on a new 3-game series against the St. Louis Cardinals. And fun fact here, the Athletics, they've won 3 straight series for the first time since 2021. And I think it's the new field that they've been playing at. It's kind of a downgrade, but hey, maybe it got some powers that got them playing a lot better or something, because moving out of Oakland, that's been the rumors lately, and them going to a new field clearly is helping them and leading them in the right direction since they've been getting wins. So who knows? Anyway, the Los Angeles Dodgers, they fell short to the Padres in a 3-game series, and now they'll look on to take on the Nationals later on tonight. In the Detroit Tigers, they split a 4-game series against the Twins. They're going to start a new 4-game series with the defending champs in the Texas Rangers. And as for the Kansas City Royals, they're hot right now, or they were hot. but they're not anymore. The Mets, they seem to be too much for them as they won the best of the 3 series and defeated the Kansas City Royals. And the Chicago Cubs, they held it down and beat the Mariners 2-1. This upcoming week, they'll be playing the Diamondbacks, who've been playing fairly good ball lately. And the Cubs, they shouldn't have any problem beating the Marlins after that. And damn it, they better beat the Marlins after that, because I'll be in attendance for that game there, and I gotta watch the Cubs get a dub. You know, it's only right. It's only right to watch the Cubs get a dub. And, you know, I'll probably try and vlog their game too, which is kind of out of the ordinary for me. I post other clips and stuff on the YouTube on occasion, but, you know, vlogging is not really the style that I'm gonna be rolling with. But you can catch the game. I'm gonna try and put some stuff up there from just like going to the game, whatever, all of that. But, you know, it'll be fun anyway. But look, man, the NBA, as I said, the Timberwolves, they're going to be playing the Phoenix Suns in the first round of the Western Conference. And you know, I'm going to be a little bit generous here because I'm anticipating a very solid matchup. But I can't hide the truth when I tell you that the Phoenix Suns, they're going to win this game in 5 games. And I'm being generous because if I was being brutal, I would say the Phoenix Suns are going to win this game in 4 games. It's going to be a clean sweep. And you might ask, well, damn, why? You know, the Minnesota Timberwolves, they're sitting at number 2 right now. Why would you say they're going to lose in 4 or 5 games? Well, here's why. Come sit down. Let me talk to you. This is why I say they're going to lose this series in 5 games, because you're going to have to outscore the Phoenix Suns. And it's not going to happen against Bradley Beal, Kevin Durant, and Devin Booker all leading this team in scoring, because unless we see 4 spectacular games from Anthony Edwards, it's no way that the Minnesota Timberwolves are going to pull this series out and end up winning in 6 or 7 games. It's just not going to happen. And I know the Timberwolves, they're a good defensive team. I believe they're ranked number 2 in defense right now in the NBA, which is a huge plus. It's a huge bonus, but they can't go bucket for bucket all series long with Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, and Bradley Beal. It's not happening, because if you look at what they can do on the offensive end, outside of Anthony Edwards, they don't really have anybody to do anything on the offensive end. Outside of Anthony Edwards, Rudy Gobert is the team's leading scorer. Rudy Gobert is the team's leading scorer. The center that has no post moves, the center that has no offense, the center who is not good for anything else in the league but rebounding and barely blocking shots because he hangs around the rim all damn game. Bro, come on now. Rudy Gobert. Do you hear what I'm saying? Rudy Gobert. This isn't Karl Anthony Towns. This isn't another bucket and Mike Conley. This is Rudy Gobert is the second leading scorer for the Minnesota Timberwolves. And you're going to sit here and try and debate that, oh, they can hang with the Phoenix Suns offensively? Man, hell no. Hell no, they're not hanging with the Phoenix Suns. It's just not happening, bro. It's no way. The Suns have far too much firepower on the offensive end. Just even if you exclude Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal, and Devin Booker, you still got the road guys who've been playing fairly solid. Eric Gordon, especially if he's going to be healthy in this series, it's going to be bad. Grayson Allen, Nurkic, they've both been playing good. And you look at Grayson Allen, you might say he's not a huge threat. But damn it, Grayson Allen, he led the whole NBA in 3-point percentage this regular season. So you got to get a man some sort of credit there. This Phoenix Suns team have far too much offensive power to lose to the Minnesota Timberwolves. I would be shocked. The only way I see the Timberwolves winning this series is if Anthony Edwards has some sort of Michael Jordan type of performance. We always say the man look like Michael Jordan and play like Michael Jordan, and he got Michael Jordan mannerisms. So, damn it, we need to see it if that's really the case. That's the only way I see the Timberwolves winning this, is if Anthony Edwards can play 4 exceptional games. That's perfect. Perfect. And I'm talking about Michael Jordan against the Celtics 1986 type of game. Like, that's the only way. But he got to capitalize and actually win. That's the only way I see the Timberwolves beating the Phoenix Suns in this first round of the Western Conference, bro, because Timberwolves not getting it done. They're not getting it done with Mike Conley, Rudy Gobert, Jaden Daniels and Nas Reed. That's disgusting. Come on, man. That's disgusting. That's the Anthony Edwards. Oh man, hell no. If he get this done, I'll never, ever, ever say anything bad about the Timberwolves or Anthony Edwards ever again. I don't care what he does, how silly it is. I will never, ever say anything bad about him. That's ridiculous. Anyway, Phoenix Suns in 5. Phoenix Suns in 5. If oh my gosh, y'all better hope they don't get swept. Oh, y'all better hope he don't get swept. Oh, y'all better hope. Y'all better hope. I'm telling you, I like Anthony Edwards, which is why I'm saying it's going to 5. I'm trying to really bank on this man getting 1 game, but this is me being nice because I like Anthony Edwards. In reality, if I wasn't a fan and I wasn't just the smallest amount biased in terms of how much I like Anthony Edwards' game, it would be Phoenix Suns in 4. But I'm gonna leave it there. Phoenix Suns in 5. All right, look, man, that's all I got for y'all today. I'm gonna leave you with a quick note, bro. I'm gonna leave you with this, man. I've been trying to go ahead and just, shoot something positive at the end of every episode. So, hey, definitely, bro, if you rock with me at the end of the episode or all the way through, man, that's love, bro. I genuinely appreciate that. And I know I say it every episode, but no, bro, I really, really do, man. Like I could kick it with you, bro. Like I appreciate that, man. And I don't take that for granted at all. If you've been kicking it with me all the way to the end of the episode. So I'll just say this, man, the weather is breaking, at least here in Chicago, it's finally breaking. Maybe that's why I was on one today, but I'm gonna leave you to look for something positive in the day. Sometimes you got to sit back, and I practice this exercise. I don't really know if it's an exercise or not, but I try to do this. Days where I'm not feeling well, I try to make sure I tell myself to, hey, list 5 things that's going great right now in your life. List 3 things that's going great right now in your life. Even if it's tough for you, even if you got to really sit down, take a break for 5 minutes, I recommend doing that. So hopefully this episode helped you. I hope I transfer some positive energy to your day, to your speakers and headphones, whichever one you're listening to. I really do. But, I would say times where you're feeling down, times where you're feeling like, damn, it's not a good day, or times where the weather isn't bright like this or amazing like this, I would say, try and keep that in the back of your head. Like, you know what? Let me think of 3 good things that's happening right now in my life, or let me think of 5 things that's actually positive in my life right now, because it does make a difference, and it really does make you grateful for the things that you have. Because hey man, we are truly blessed. I know we go through some tough things sometimes, but at the end of the day, bro, we are all truly blessed. So I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm done preaching. I'm done preaching. I need some water. I got a half a Subway sandwich. This is not a promotion at all. I need to get a promotion, but yeah, I got a sandwich that I got to finish eating as well. But anyway, look, I appreciate you if you've been kicking it with me. Of course, send this to a cousin, a brother, an aunt, an uncle, a niece, a nephew, a coworker, anyone you know who will enjoy sports talk. I promise you they will not mind. Other than that, man, leave a quick take on our voicemail line, 219-413-9405. And of course, we will play your take back on our next episode. And until then, we will be back later on this week. And so on, and so on, and so on.